Welcome to Crappens. Don't wait a week for a new video. Join our Patreon at the Crappens On Demand level for instant recap access. Link in description. Enjoy the show.
Hello and welcome to Watch What Crappens, a podcast about all that crap on Bravo that we just love to talk about. I'm Ben Mandelker, and joining me today on this wicked premiere day, it's Ronnie Karam. Hi, Ronnie. How are you?
I'm good.
Yeah, you sound a little low.
I am low.
Blue. What's
I am
going
low.
on?
You know, here's what happened. I moved back to LA. I was like, I can't wait to be around my gay friends. So I get here. I'm like, hey, does any gay person want to go see Wicked? No, not even the girls will go. I mean, what the hell? I told them,
That's so
screw you
wrong.
guys. I'm going to go alone like a loser, and then I'm going to go talk to other gays who will do wicked things with me. And then one of them's like, well, at least it's not Frozen, because fuck that. You don't like Frozen too? Who are we? Like, I'm burning it down. I'm burning it all down. Fuck those people. You're no longer my friends, okay? I'm going to go see Elphaba and her journey.
Yeah, well, Ronnie, I'm really upset for you. I would see it with you, except I just don't have time, and I'm going to the East Coast on Sunday, and I don't have time between now and Sunday to see
It's
Wicked.
okay. I don't want pity Wicked. Pity Wicked.
That's what that's what Laura said on Sex Unique podcast. She was I just saw a clip of her, which everyone should go listen to because we love Lars and Carrie. But she just had a clip up where she was like, I talked so much shit about Wicked that no one invited me to go see Wicked. And don't people realize
That's funny.
when me talking shit about Wicked means I desperately want to go see Wicked.
Oh, maybe
You should
I'll
actually reach
call
out to
little
Lars. Actually, reach out to
Lars.
her. Yeah, reach
I
out to
haven't talked
Lars.
her in a while. Yeah, we need a little date.
Oh my
I haven't
God.
even seen her.
I haven't seen her since
She'll be
pre-pandemic.
like, fuck you, I don't even like you. What if she doesn't even like me now? I don't know.
Maybe not, but whatever. I say just reach out to her, and I'm gonna have the biggest FOMO if you two go and see Wicked, and I'm left out. I'm so mad already at this theoretical plan.
Oh my gosh. Well, we had Friendsgiving at Ben's house last night, and it was amazing. It was so good. You guys, Ben is the new Ina. I can't believe
stop.
how far you've come with that cooking. It's gorgeous. That is photo-worthy shit right there that you did. I took pictures of you dressing that turkey.
Oh,
You
good,
were
because
like
I
one
forgot
of
to
these
take any
gays
photos.
on the OC, like doing people's hair and stuff, except your housewife was a turkey. You were doing
I
its
make
hair.
so many funny faces when I cut into a turkey. Anytime people show me pictures of me cutting into a turkey, I do these things. I curl my lower lip down. I'm like,
Yeah.
my concentration face is wild. And so I'm excited to see what sort of distorted faces I made cutting that turkey.
Yeah, it was
But
hard
yeah.
to get really good angles because, you know, there's so many people there, and I don't want to be like, move, trying to get an angle. Because everyone's
What's
so
stopping
nice,
you?
you know.
Yeah, well, I was
I
really
did
glad you
tell
came.
someone
And
to
you,
fuck off at the end of the night. But he told me, guys, I made some chocolate pecan pie, but I suggest you only have a tiny, tiny little sliver. And I was like, fuck off. Don't tell me what to do. Just don't get between me and a pie. I was like, God, that was so violent. I was driving home and I was like, why'd you get so violent? But then I thought, because he tried to get in between me and a pie. He's lucky he
I think
didn't
it
lose
was-
a damn hand.
you were 100% valid in your feelings, and everyone was very amused. No, and you made some great mac and cheese. Ronnie is the mac and cheese master, and you know what really makes me upset, Ronnie? At the end of the night, I was so full. I didn't even want to deal with gathering things together, and I think I forgot to save a little portion of your mac and cheese for myself, and I'm really upset about it.
Boo. Come on.
Yeah, because I don't know if you saw, I was like standing. I honestly was like, I just want everyone to go. I'm so full. Like, my least favorite part about Friendsgiving is the divvying up of the leftovers at the end because it takes a very long time. And at that point, I'm so full. I don't even want to look at the food. I don't want to consider what I'm going to eat. I just want to like flop down
Yeah.
somewhere.
Yeah.
So I'm like,
it's
whatever, you
rough.
guys just take all the food. And then the next day I'm like, but I forgot to pack up the mac and cheese.
Yeah, I regret it a lot because I didn't take anything. I took a biscuit, but of course I didn't even make it in the car ride. I ate the whole thing in 2 seconds. But yeah, that was great. Today is the end. We'll probably talk about that Thanksgiving
some more about-
food and probably some Black Friday shopping on Amazon 'cause that's starting. So maybe we'll do that for the bonus, which will be coming
Yes.
up after this.
Yes,
But
please.
for right now, it's the end of an era. It's Real Housewives of Orange County Reunion Part 3, the very end of season 18. It's episode 20.
Great season.
Great season. You know, big shockers at the end. Not
really, by
not
the
really,
way,
no.
but
But they
yeah.
tried to sell it. I was like,
tried.
you don't need this. You don't need this big shocker. It
No.
was good how it was. They're like, but we
Absolutely.
need Shannon to sob one more time. I was like, but she did sob at the end. It ended with her sobbing. They're like, no, we need Shannon to sob again. Okay.
Yeah, it
Let's
was.
do
It was a very good final episode for the season. So, we see all sorts of stuff, and Andy's like, tonight the concludes. So he turned into
What
Todd.
happened to Andy?
He turned into Todd from Salt Lake City. By the way, oh wait, I have to say one thing. Last night, this has nothing to do with Orange County, but has to do with Salt Lake City since I just invoked it. Last night, as I was full and getting into bed, I don't know what someone, maybe it was Joe Gunn on Twitter. He tweeted something about Brittany Bateman from Salt Lake City, and I like went down a Brittany Bateman hole because you had mentioned like, oh, I saw her sing and she's really good. So I was like, I want to see her singing. I found a video that she had posted that had 200 views to her 4 subscribers, and it was Brittany as Pocahontas singing "Colors of the Wind."
That's a beautiful song. Was
it's a
it
beautiful
problematic?
song.
Is it problematic? Sure, but you know.
Hey, same
pretty
writer,
song.
Stephen Schwartz hits again. It's a big
Stephen
weekend for
Schwartz.
Stephen Schwartz.
He's really good with those ballads.
He is
The
really
rest
good.
of the
But
songs, not great. I have to say, but he's good with those soaring ballads for sure.
I have to say, there's something about seeing Brittany in like a bit like dressed sort of like stereotypical indigenous person, like with like a buckskin kind of dress and the long black wig and the little feather in the hair. I was like, of course.
Yeah.
Of course. This is like Brittany Bateman as Pocahontas. I was like, what is this world? This
She's
is
very
amazing.
like colors of the wind. Ding, 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 ding. I'm sorry, everybody. John has returned to me, everybody. John, it's official. John took me to Costco, and we are now official. Okay, back to the song.
Have you ever seen the wolf cry at the blue corn moon? No, seriously, have you? Because I haven't. I wasn't invited.
Have you ever seen an Osmond in a Costco with a ring? Yeah, Brittany. Just look up Brittany Miss Saigon. That's her Miss Saigon number.
Yeah, I watched that
was
too.
really good. That was fine.
It was good.
Yeah,
But Pocahontas, I really recommend it.
Yeah. You know, I've been a Stephen Schwartz star before. I don't know if you knew this about me, but I played the
Really?
role of Adam in Children of Eden in Austin, Texas, and it was a banger. I mean, it was pretty good. I got to sing one of his soaring monologues and nailed it. I was a
Yeah.
very bad actor, though, because I had to be serious.
I saw Stephen Schwartz actually perform Colors of the Wind because his daughter, I went to school with his daughter, and so he came to the school and he played it on a piano.
Well, I will be playing. Really? That's actually pretty amazing.
It's amazing. And of course I was like, ugh. I'm friends. I mean, like, it wasn't like, I'm not saying ugh to Stephen Schwartz, but I was just like, I want to do something else right now. Meanwhile, it's like,
No one loves
major.
when someone comes in and starts playing the piano. And I'm one of the people who's learned how to play the piano, and I don't even put my friends through that, you know. I'm not going to do that to you guys.
He was
Okay, you
really
know what? We need
singing.
to do this because we're here for
I know.
Real Housewives of Orange County. We're 9 minutes in. Like we're acting
my
like it's
goodness.
over. Okay, it's not over.
Every
Just beginning.
single person in this cast has come up to me saying I could never do what you're doing right now, which is wear very tight Spanx. Andy, I am in pain. Honestly, please, can we wrap this up?
Filming in this situation with Alexis Bellino. And Alexis is like, well, you know what, Shannon? It's not easier for me to be in here. She's like, you did it, but you're the one who came here. She's like, well, so did you. You could have easily not signed your contract. Fuck off, Alexis.
I know. Alexis
Well, like,
is-
who's not going to sign their contract because you're coming to work? You're like a 5-minute housewife anyway. Get out of here. And so Shannon's like, this is my job. I've been here for 10 years, Alexis. And that's when Alexis is like, oh, well, I've been on TV for 15 years and 5 different shows, including Below Deck, including Say Yes to a Dress.
including a gas pump at your local Shell station.
Including Wicked Tuna. You were not on Wicked Tuna. John used to watch that. Well, I stood in front of the TV while John watched it, and I said, I'm a tuna. Do not try to catch me. Defying gravity. Okay, it's not about tuna fish. It's Sing Wicked. Okay, sit down, Alexis.
Andy, let me just say, no good deed goes unpunished. So Shannon's like, oh, so you're a TV star. Wow, that's right. In case you may have noticed at self-checkout in Target, they always put me up on the TVs. That's a security monitor, and everyone's on those. Still counts.
I've been on television for 15 years. I'm television's Fraser Crane. Sit down, Alexis. Sit your ass down. So then Shannon goes, oh, Heather, let's pull up our IMDb. And Heather's like, let's not throw shade at the IMDb.
IMDb is actually producing television programs now, and I'm hoping to book one, so let's be very nice to the organization.
But just so we're all clear, that was actress Heather Dubrow showing that she has comedic range. Ha 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 ha! Welcome to Happy's Place.
We call that a back call. So Shannon's like, oh, God. So Alexis is like, you are so bitter, Shannon.
Alexis, I don't want to talk about you anymore.
You're so bitter.
You're so bitter.
Alexis, I don't want to talk about you anymore. Get married. Congratulations. You guys are perfect for each other.
You know what? Stop talking about me. You're obsessed with John.
No one is obsessed with John, you weirdo, except you. And you're the first and last person to be obsessed with John, okay? And Shannon's like, I do not talk about you. She goes, oh, then why does his name ever come out of your mouth? You don't need to talk about him. And Andy's like, well, if he's suing her, or even.
Oh, yeah, well, she said his teeth and his bad knees, that he can't walk upstairs. And then and then she zooms in on his shoes. Like, get over us. Like, move on. And she's like, oh, no, they said that all they said was that he has a bigger smile, and it was because of his new teeth. And then we see the new teeth, at which point Emily goes, new teeth!
I got new teeth too in my hip. Now my hip eats tacos out of my purse. New hip eating tacos out of my purse.
This just in. My hip is a lawyer, and it passed the bar way faster than Shane ever did. New hip, legal hip.
So Alexis is like, well, maybe he's smiling because he's finally happy. Maybe that's why. And Shannon's like, oh my God, I can't. I cannot.
All right, Shannon. Hayden from the sewer says, Shannon, well, good to see he got out for a little bit of light. Says Shannon, you said the most important thing to John is people thinking he's a good guy. How do you think he coached Alexis into creating that narrative?
Well, I would like Gina to answer that question because she said she talked to Alexis and said, I have my own relationship with John, and he didn't speak very kindly to me at this party. Could you please show the footage of John cursing off Gina one more time, just for old time's sake?
And then we see the flashback of John Janssen going, who the fuck does she think she is? And Shannon being like, oh, okay, sweetie. Okay, be quiet. Mama will get you a new pair of shoes. I need you to smile more, John. Would you like some new teeth? Vicky's like, I'm not doing it again. Okay?
Never again. Never again.
Never again. Buy your own teeth, John. Good job.
So then now it's time for some unseen footage where I guess Gina was talking to Alexis about this time when John said that. And Alexis is like, you know what, Gina, even though I wasn't there yet, like he had not eaten at all that day and he was like very hungry. And Gina's like, no, but there's always someone out there protecting this man and saying how important he is. Well, maybe that's because he's a good fucking guy. You ever think about that?
Of all the rumors we've heard of John Janssen on this show, we've heard of him drunk, being dragged off of a golf course. We've heard him multiple. I mean, I could sit here for days. Not one single rumor was John Janssen this good guy. Literally, nobody has ever said that except you. And Shannon, when she was still under the spell of Al Gore. When she still thought that one of those hanging chads might turn and Al had a chance at the presidency, maybe. But that shit's over, Alexis. Nobody's ever said that before.
Yeah. So we come back and Alexis is like, you know, when I first got with Gian, like Shannon, there were like so many negative things being said about him. And like I Googled his name, but like once I fell in love, I like Googled him and like all the negative things that you lied about, like they all like came out. And she was like, well, I never said anything. I cried some things, but I never said anything.
She goes, well, ask him. Well, John's a fucking liar. So why would we ask John anything anyway? And yeah. Shannon's like, in fact, I defended John. I defended John. And so we see a flashback to last season's reunion where Shannon's wig was about to walk away from her, for one thing. Yikes, that hair. And Heather was like, well, when Emily said he called you a pig and said you were fat, and Shannon's like, wait. Let me just say he would wake up. Well, wait. And Heather's like, may I finish? He would call you a pig. My turn.
My turn. Still me. I love her. Still me.
My turn.
My turn.
Well, when we slept together, and then Andy's like, well, yeah, you did stand up for him, yeah. And Gina's like, yeah, you've always standed up for him. Always.
I'm sorry. I'm just thinking about how I'm going to have to spend the next 9 months randomly going, my turn.
My turn. You've had your turn. Quit talking.
Still me. So, yeah, they were like, yeah, Shannon, you spent all of last season actually defending John. And Andy's like, yeah, she was defending him to the death. And when the other women were saying, this isn't good, you shouldn't be in. And like, it seemed like if you would forgive him, that you confided in things in all of them about your relationship. I'm sorry, if you'll forgive me, it seems like you confided things about your relationship to all the women that you didn't want on the show. Is that correct?
So, well, the only thing that I confided with all these women is that I had an unhealthy relationship with buying Ferragamo shoes for John Janssen. Couldn't stop doing it.
Yeah, all I said was that I buy him things, and I have the receipts. I have purses and purses full of receipts on paper, which is the only receipts that count. And
she's like, does anyone need me? I heard my buzzword. Does anyone need me to finish the phrase?
And then what else? Oh, and then you say, Alexis, oh, I keep getting shit on. How did you get shit on? How did I shit on you, Alexis? Now, not literally, because I probably did shit on some people in this season. We all know that I've had a rough season with my poo-poo. Are we going to have a segment about my poo-poo? It's been years. We need to discuss
Shannon, this isn't about me, okay? I'm in the middle of this because of the lies you keep on continuing, okay?
I don't understand what her lies are. Listen here, sister, I'm a lawyer.
I want to talk to her, and Emily, you need to butt out. She's like, really? Because you get to butt in all the time with your not size 12 butt.
Nope. Okay, hold on. Well, I'd like to speak to her. Well, I need to speak with Shannon alone. He's like, I need to speak with her as kind of my job. And she's like, well, we did have forensic accounting, and you did not pay for everything, Shannon. We had the numbers. So if you'd like to bring yours, I have the numbers, Shannon. I have the numbers.
Oh, well, then I will compare my numbers with John's numbers.
No, I have the numbers, though, of every year, the 365 days. Like, we had to do it. It's like, Gina's like, why?
Alexis, who's not really interested in suing Shannon for a second time, even though she had nothing to do with the first time, even though there's proof that she did. And she has no desire to sue her for the second time, even though she's collecting evidence for 365 days and hiring forensic accountants with John. You fucking liar, Alexis. Just go away, you sad fucking woman. I can't wait to watch you just fade the fuck out. I don't mean death. I mean a nice long life in Orange County of being ignored, okay? And I hope they keep checking in on you every 10 years and you're in a smaller and smaller house and your wigs get cheaper and cheaper until you're just all shriveled up and you got nothing left. You've got the worst karma of anybody I've ever seen. And that's saying something. It's been a rough few months over here. Fuck off, lady.
And then when you walk into Trader Joe's with your hair all tangled up and people look at you, they'll say, that woman there, you know, she used to be a trampoline park owner. They won't even say it used to be on TV.
And she bungled it.
Yeah, I also love how she's saying, like, yeah, I don't want to be in the middle of this, Shannon. And then she's like, I have all the numbers. It's like, you actually have, you deeply want to be in the middle of it. And I love to blame the man for everything. And I completely blame John Janssen for this whole thing. But like the fact that it did not become litigious until Alexis came into the picture makes me do a little side eye towards her a bit, I have to say. And then later on, when John, jumping way ahead, when John's saying like he only will show these incriminating videos to Shannon, the only person he'll show, and Alexis pipes in and goes, and only if I'm in the room. I'm like, I think we all know who that, like, Alexis is like behind closed doors. She's like, you know what, Gianni Jansen? I don't like the way that she's talking about you, and I think that like you need to sue her. You should sue her because it's not right, John. I think that she is a voice in his ear. I do put like 99% of the blame on him, but I think that Alexis should not be discounted in this situation.
Ultimately the blame is him because it's him doing it, but it's her,
him doing
for her to be like, what? This is crazy. I just happened to come back on your show and happened to start dating your guy and happened to start attacking you. Like even if she's saying that Tamara didn't bring her on the show or whatever they're going with now, which we find out the truth today, which is even weirder, or I wouldn't call it the truth, but we find out that Tamara's like, you're the one who brought her on the show. And Emily's like, no, I regret it. So that's coming up later. But no matter what it was, she still was like, oh, that guy used to date Shannon from Real Housewives, and I'm meeting him inside The Quiet Woman. I'm totally going to date that guy to try and get back on the show. You're just so transparent, Like I can't.
Yeah. So, so then Alexis like, John spent $350,000 on this relationship before he even paid the $75,000 in loans. And so Andy's like, well, then why didn't you sue her for more?
$350,000. He lives in a shoebox. What? $350 on what? Where's your receipts, miss? I've got bags and bags of receipts. Go ahead. You've been doing forensic accounting for 365 days. Where is it?
Yeah. And Alexis is like, well, he only wants the loan back. He's not going to try to go tit for tat for what he bought. This is the definition of tit for tat.
Did she mention that? He wants his tits back. Okay, give him those.
Yeah, you cannot say he wants money back for plastic surgery and say it's not literally tit for tat.
He bought her tits and offered to buy her tats.
So Gina's like,
So why didn't he take the offer? And Shannon's like, well, when I offered him the money, like, why didn't you take it?
and Alexis is like, well, you did not. First of all, you didn't offer it. That's like another lie that you're doing. Everyone's like, what are you talking about, Alexis?
It doesn't even make any sense. And Emily's like, how is that another lie? She offered the full amount. I'm a lawyer. And Alexis is like, no, you offered $15,000 with something like it was a 3-year payment plan. And Emily just starts yelling across the room, loans are paid back in payment plans. Oh my lord, I have a taco.
It's such a ridiculous thing for Alexis to state that even Katie like powers on for a moment and goes, are all loans paid back in payment plans in the legal system? Okay, back to golf.
And Jen's like, I don't know because no one's paying me back on loans. So what do I know?
They're just in their own corner. They're like, the storm has passed for them and now they can just enjoy it.
Jen's so funny to me. And the thing is, she never even tries, She's just like, yeah,
Jen is great.
No one pays me back. It's really sad. I'll tell you what, if I ever got a payment plan, I'd say, thank you so much, payment plan. Thank you.
Jen is wonderful. I feel like, well, when the crappies come around, obviously it's the public is gonna winnow down the group, but I feel like Jen is gonna get a Bravo Celebrity of the Year nomination.
I hope so.
Yeah. And I'm not saying I'm gonna influence the vote, but people, you should vote for her.
You're an influencer. I'll give you $10 to talk about my coffee. My Starbucks that I just made, my Ronnie Bucks that I just made. Why am I unpacking Amazon packages while we're recording? I'm so sorry.
I'm so
jealous. Have you ever heard the term, if you see it, you'll eat it? That's true, by the way. I did learn that. I'm sorry to bring up Weight Watchers again. I won't talk about it at length, but that just means if you have food, don't leave it on your counter. If you have candy and you leave it on the counter, you're going to eat it. You're going to see it and you're going to eat it. So I have an Amazon package on my desk and I'm eating it. No, I'm unpacking it. Okay, point is, if a tree falls in the woods, who's going to open my Amazon packages for me?
And an even larger question is, have you ever seen a wolf cry at the Blue Corn Moon?
I love that fucking song.
So
okay, so Emily, she offered the full amount. And Shannon's like, why don't you look at the emails? Apparently you're a business. Oh, I'm sorry. Were you too busy shooting television shows for 15 years? Liar. Flippin'? I'm sorry. I meant to say flippin'. That's my word. I would never say the F word. To me, the F word is flippin'.
All right, well, Alexis, Charmin the from Paper Towels says, when you posted your engagement announcement on social media, there was a photo that appeared to have lemons in a bowl in the background, and then John seemed to be wearing Ferragamos, and there was a big banner in the background that said, fuck Shannon Bedore. Why would you go out of your way to be so petty and take a dig at Shannon?
And then we see a flashback. Donty, 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 don. And it's Shannon going, David, there are lemons in the refrigerator, David. Why can't I use these lemons from the bowl? Those are feng shui lemons, David. There need to be 9 lemons in there at all times. Why are you running? Why are you running? Why are you running towards that blonde woman? David, get back here and put that lemon back.
Alexis is like, I don't even know what the lemons even mean. Like, he's got like 5 to 10 Ferragamos. Like, I don't see what the big deal is about any of this. So Shannon's like, well, he should buy some new shoes. And by the way, Heather, they were not on sale. They were like $895. She's like, still me. It was my interview. I just Googled it.
My turn.
My turn. May I respond now? Is it my turn to respond? My turn. I Googled it. That was the price. Still me of when I looked at it.
And then Alexis is like, but Shannon, I bought him $800 shoes too. And I don't sit there and talk about what I bought from. You just did, first of all. And second of all, why is everybody buying John $1,000 shoes? And you guys don't see anything wrong with this? Fuck this guy. It's disgusting.
The point is, it's not about like that Shannon's bragging about this. She is supporting her case that she bought a lot of shit for John, and then when John buys something for her, he all of a sudden wants the money back, and it's tacky
Also,
and it's
how
gross.
stupid is Alexis to say that on national TV when you know Jim Bellino is standing over there with a little notebook in his hand, like, oh, she spent $800 on shoes for John, did she? But Mark.
Yeah.
I hope he takes that to court and get
Katie's
some of her money taken away.
Well, Alexis is like, I bought him $800 shoes, and Katie goes, they weren't on sale.
Oh, really? Well, he didn't even know what Ferragamo was before he met me. He said, the Hulk makes shoes? I said, no, that's Lou Ferragamo. God damn it. Also, Shannon really needs to stop with the lemons because I think they're calling the wrong things into her life. Like, she's creatively visualizing this perfect feng shui, but you're using lemons as an example, and you've dated 2 now, okay? Let's just get the lemons out.
I think the feng shui is not working. I think someone put it in upside down.
Is it feng or feng? I never know.
I don't know. Fen. I think it's actually fen. Is it fen?
Fen?
Feng shui?
Oh, God.
I don't know.
Probably like
Either way,
Phil-
whatever it is,
Phil-
it's not
Phil.
working out.
It's probably like Phil Shui. I'm like, oh, God.
She crossed the wires a little bit. You need to put what you got to do is it's like a car battery. You got to put the one cable into this side and the one cable into that side. If you do it the wrong way, you'll get a spark and explode. And she just plugged it in all wrong, so she has to take it down and redo it because it's all out of order. Is your dump truck here, Ronnie? Ronnie's expecting a dump truck.
Just a normal.
Ronnie's
another
expecting
day
a
over
visual
here.
metaphor, a visual metaphor of Alexis Bellino to arrive anytime.
That's why I keep talking about taking out the trash and using Alexis. It's it's an actual dump truck. So I don't know. People are moving cars. I hear beeping. I hear things. I don't know. So let's see. So then she's like, "Oh, really? Well, where's the $10,000 necklace and the Louis Vuittons?" He's not scrutinizing, and she's like, "He did not buy me a $10,000 necklace. How dare you?" She's like, we have it in the account. We have it. I hate being put in the middle of this, which is why I'm saying we, because it's my account too.
I
We
know.
have it, Shannon. We have it.
He gave me a shitty necklace from something called the Prism Collection. I don't even know what that is.
So Andy is like,
You're welcome. This is Lisa Barlow. You're welcome for the gift. Okay.
all right, well, Elphaba from Oz says, Heather, last year you through John, you through John just wanted to be in the spotlight. Do you still feel, or you said that John just wanted to be in the spotlight. Do you still feel that way since he is again dating someone on camera?
My turn. Excuse me. I'm still speaking. Well, do I think that he wants to be in the spotlight? Was that your question? Is that the question?
Yes.
Do we
Is
have
that-
that clear?
Yes.
My
Do you
turn.
think-
I'm speaking, please.
Okay, you have the floor.
Yes, I do think that he wants to be in the spotlight. Thank you for asking and finally letting me answer.
All right. Well, we interviewed John and Alexis this season, and I want to share his thoughts on a couple of these topics. Here's what John had to say about his relationship with Alexis. And then we see them sitting there. She is dressed like Lady Bird Johnson, and he's there like in midlife crisis outfit. So
She
he's
is
like,
100% sitting there like, I'm here to support my husband, the president, against these horrible allegations.
so he's like, I want everyone to know our relationship is real. It happened organically. I saw her giant boobs, and I just wanted to motorboat her all night long. As someone who owns a boat, it was nice to actually be the boat.
I saw her completely non-organic everything, but the love happened organically. Okay.
Yeah.
And he's like, and I was single. I was single a year before we met. And Shannon's like, oh, I'm sorry, I don't have a paper bag to breathe into, so I'm just going to use Gina's dress. Gina? Oh my God, is this polyurethane? I can't. Does anybody have something I can breathe into?
Too many toxins from Gina's dress. Oh, God. Okay, Gina, I'm just going to clutch your hand until it turns blue.
Am I growing polyester out of my ears? Gina, get that away from me.
So then we go back to the video, and it's Alexis being like, although other people have other things to say, we know the truth. The truth is out there. Just do your research. So then John is like, and we weren't looking. I wasn't looking either. I just wanted to be single. And then I just saw two very big, round, plump orbs bouncing around in the Quiet Woman. And I said, the search is over. You were with me all along.
I thought there's a woman who will probably go to 2 churches with me instead of just one. Let's make this happen. Never forget that. Oh, we go to 2 churches now. That's right. We go to service at his, and then we go to service at mine too.
Oh, yeah.
We're super good Christians. Yeah.
Because one was like the rock and roll church, right?
Well, they're just so Jesus-y that they need 2 churches. they're that much better than everybody else,
These last several months with Alexis have taught me if we can make it through all of the chaos and negativity that people are throwing at us, we can still motorboat.
Wow, well, that's exciting because he told me that too. Well, he didn't say motorboat. He said I can paddle if I really wanted to. So that's great. She upgraded to a motorboat. This is not hilarious. I'm dying slowly over here. If anybody wants to see an incredible shrinking woman, she's over here.
If anyone wants to find out about the ending of Wicked, here I am, melting in water. Just drop a house on me, too. Why don't you do all the things you do to the witches? I'll take it.
Oh, what? Are we going to move the house once you see my shoes? Are we?
No.
Once you see my shoes? Will you be selling my shoes?
Well, we might as well start calling Alexis Dorothy, because apparently she likes to steal shoes and use them for her own purposes.
Loves to hang around with a little bitch. Tell Toto hi.
That slut took a tin man on a scarecrow.
So Andy's like, so there's a narrative online that you were dating John to get back on the show. And she's like, well, I'm in the middle of that, but still, I have internet. It's our internet, mine and Johnny J's. We have the same internet. And Shannon's like, well, John was texting me. He loved me 2 months before he met you. And then we see a text from John Janssen to Shanoni Benoni Bedori from 9/19/2023. And it says, I'm sorry I've upset you. Not my intent. I hope you can get some rest, and I'll see you plenty tomorrow. I love you. Less than 3, which means heart.
I love you less than 3% of my heart.
Knowing him, he put that in there so he could be like, it says less than 3, Shannon.
Or he's saying, tomorrow you get to eat a number 3.
Of course, a little Pac-Man.
I've got a number 3 in my purse. Oh, Jesus Christ. How many tacos can that woman fit in one bag?
No 3. So Andy is like, he's like, well, so he said he was single for a year. Is that what he said? And Alexis is like, he admitted it. And by the way, being friends with benefits, that's okay. You were a friend with benefits. It's fine. I'm okay with that. My benefit is that I have free access to trampoline parks.
Wait, you were single for a year? And Alexis is like, friends with benefits, just move on from it, Shannon. Just move on. And she's like, well, we got back together, didn't we? She goes, who cares, Shannon? Nothing matters except for November 18th. And Emily's like, they were in a relationship for 5 years. You can't say they were friends with benefits after 5 years. They weren't lawyers. I mean, I'm a lawyer.
You were not in a you were not in a relationship for 5 years, okay? He broke up with you, I think, within the first 6 months of you guys dating, and it's just all been a facade ever since then. That's what he told me. Gina's like,
no, he was texting her, I love you.
It's just, well, I asked him the day because I knew you were going to see this. And Gina's like, wait, how do you know everything that happened before you were there? And she's like, well, he broke up with you the day after Thanksgiving 2022. So, God, also a classy guy. I love that Alexis keeps thinking she's bringing all this evidence. I also bought him $1,000 shoes. Also, he dumped you the day after Thanksgiving.
I know.
Like, is this supposed to be making him look better? You're just making him look more and more shitty. You know,
I
Shittier and
know.
shittier, as it were.
And then Gina's like,
Oh, you're a time traveler. She's a time traveler.
I'm like, well, that doesn't really make sense, but that's
Could
fine.
you go back and ask me to change my confessional dress from the season? Actually, probably 3 of them. I would appreciate that.
Wow, where we're going, we don't even need roads because we are time traveling.
And actually, with this group, it's probably good we don't need roads.
Shannon, you drunk drove the time machine. How'd we end up here? Oh, God, now I've got a scarlet letter on me. This is ridiculous.
Oh, God, David Bedore is the king of a gambling empire now.
David Bedore's her
on.
Biff.
Huh?
David Bedore is her Biff.
If Barney eats one more chip in front of...
Hey, Shannon, how you doing over there? Honey,
David Bedore's
took one of the lemons from the bowls.
David Bedore's like, dear, I hate manure. So
That's general horse poop.
isn't that like Biff's big thing? I hate manure.
Oh,
Right?
I don't remember. I have to miss Barney Rubble. So I was
I'm
like,
going
what does
down a
Barney
path.
Rubble have to do with manure?
I'm going down a path I really shouldn't be going down. We've got work to do. We got work to do.
So Shannon's like, we got back together in April. And Alexis is like, Andy, they can not all 3 gang up on me. This is between us. And I'm not taking a 3 gang up on, okay?
I love that. 3 gang up on.
And she goes, the bullies, Tweedledee and Tweedledum can move away and let me handle it. Now, Emily doesn't even care that she was just called a bully. She goes, you know what? Don't you ever call me dumb. I'm a smart bully, you dumb bitch. You're dumb. You're the dumbest girl I've ever seen. I've never met someone as dumb as you in my entire life.
When does someone break the news to to Emily that Tweedledum is actually is a proper name? It's not actual D-U-M-B, but the fact that you say that, like with the fact that she projects the dumb onto the Tweedledum, is kind of the dumbest thing you can do.
I can add a B if I want to.
Don't you ever call me a Tweedle either while we're at it. No, but I think she was just looking for an excuse to go at Alexis because, like, she said Tweedledum, and it like takes a few seconds. Emily's just sitting there, and she's like, "Wait a second, this is a way in. Don't you ever fucking call me dumb? I've got a new hip. Do dumb people get new hips? No, they stick with their old ones. It's called updating for the future. You dumb fucking bitch, horse slut."
How can I be dumb when I have a smart hip? I get Bluetooth on this thing. Hold on, stop playing. Stop playing. Not right now.
It's hands-free.
Not right now. Oh, God, now it's going off again. Please, no one say her word.
Her hip is just like, the temperature is 85 degrees. Quiet, I didn't ask you.
Excuse me, Hip, can you please bring me receipt for John Janssen?
I'm sorry. I cannot do that while you're driving.
I'm not driving.
Please blow into this.
Oh, goddamn it.
It's hip to be square.
A Bluetooth hip with Siri inside. Okay, so Emily's like, you're an idiot. Don't call me dumb. And Shannon goes, oh, you are an idiot. You don't even know what a complaint is. And Emily's like, you're the dumbest girl I've ever met. She goes, oh, what, are you going to hit me now? And I'm like, no, I don't want to hit you.
That she tried to pull what Tamara did before on their vacation. It's just like she's gonna like gaslight violence into it. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Well, you know what? Don't hit me. Ow! You just hit me. She's like, I'm like didn't even literally hit you.
Alexis is so pathetic. She's just coming up with random lies now.
I
It's
never
Emily's
lie,
like-
Andy. I never lie.
Alexis is like, I'm not dumb. Okay, I graduated with a degree, also baby cakes. And I was like, shut up. And she goes, oh, really? Where'd you graduate from? University of Slut. And Alexis is like, I graduated with a degree, so you can shush it because I have a degree. Oh, actually, sorry, degree deodorant. I own degree deodorant.
I
Same
wear it
thing
into my
though.
armpits. And Emily's like, what degree? Because I know a lot of dumb people with a college education. And Andy's like, I just want to have Shannon and Alexis respond to this. So Al Snore says that he was single for a year. And Shannon's like, right, well, we broke up after Thanksgiving, the day after. The day after. That's what I said, Alexis. November 22. That's Alexis. There was turkey served. Well, I don't remember.
I have a degree. I have a degree in post-Thanksgiving dates. So don't try to even come for me with this. Don't do a 3-person gang on. So then Shannon's like,
Okay, well, we still did things. Still went on trips together. We did things together. We would go buy Ferragamo shoes together, mainly for him. He would go to Costa Mesa, and I would show up, and I'd be like, how much do you need, sweetie? And he'd be like, get me 5. And I'd be like, okay, this is a gift from me. Don't worry, you never have to pay me back, because that's how I am. And then we would have sex afterwards.
But not in a relationship, I guess. And she says that they even went to the Family Feud weekend together when the OC housewives were on there. But that's serious. That's really serious.
That's when.
And I'm wondering if this was the trip where she went and took the whole family and they stayed in the London hotel or whatever. But she's like,
it probably was. Also, by the way, is Family Feud just destroying relationships on Bravo? You know, Summer House went on there. Carl and Lindsay done. Vanderpump Rules go on there. Sandoval, Ariana, need I say more? And now we have Shannon and John Janssen. Family Feud is truly living up to its name. All this time, we thought it was just this fun show with Steve Harvey. But I would like to do some forensic accounting on all these nameless families that come through and see how many of them are still together. Because I guarantee you, based on the Bravo track record, all these families have been destroyed.
Well, I think that's definitely a show where you really realize how much you hate the other person. You're like, wow, I always thought he was kind of dumb, but God, he's a fucking idiot.
Exactly.
You know?
Because there's like, when you get to that bonus round and you wind up with only 188 points out of 200, it's like, why did you answer turkey for the question? Your favorite type of car.
Yeah, favorite type of car, exactly.
Name an airline.
Divorce.
Name an airline that you wouldn't want to find yourself on. It's like cherry pie. It's like, what?
No, I'm sorry. Can I take that back? Mustache. Survey says you're a fucking moron. Can't believe you have a wife. Please leave. So a picture of Shannon and John from that weekend at Family Feud appears on the screen, and they look so happy. And cuts back to Alexis, and she goes, yeah, okay, but did he ever ask you to be his girlfriend? And they're like, oh my God, what are you, 5?
Even Tamara is like, what are we in kindergarten? And so Alexis,
That's a good one.
that's a good one. I'm going to tell my therapist that tomorrow. So Alexis is like, you know what? I broke up with my ex, and also we like kept on talking for like a few months too. So like because you do love somebody, and like you just don't get over people that fast. You just don't get over it. I mean, like free access to a trampoline park, it's hard to give that up. So there is like a breakup time. Doesn't mean you're still together though.
Okay, but they were taking trips together. And
they were going to Family Feud together.
And he's texting her, I love you. I think you were the other woman, Alexis. I think he was kind of doing you both.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm sorry, but do you send a text late at night that says, survey says, I love you, to someone you're not dating? I don't think so.
Survey says Southwest. The question was, what kind of cat would you fly to Vegas if you had the opportunity?
We were talking about that Family Feud weekend at Thanksgiving, and I was laughing about how I really messed up that bonus round. And then John turned to me and said, maybe you wouldn't have messed it up if you weren't such a mean person. And we broke up the next day. Really did destroy our relationship.
And Shannon's like,
But we were being intimate. And by intimate, I mean I was buying him shoes. He was sticking his penis into them, and then he was calling me fat in the morning.
and Emma's like, yo, how are you, Tamara, how are you even friends with this woman? And Tamara's like,
She's got a big heart. Really, really huge. It's so big.
and Emily's like, no, she doesn't.
She does. She does. It's just this John stuff.
She's a fucking Emily. She's a fucking idiot, Tamara.
You're friends with her.
We were socially friends.
You're the one who brought her on the show.
And she's like, well, I regret it. So we find out it was Emily. I don't think so. Because we've never heard that before. And even I think she was just the one who was saying on the show, like, oh, I brought Alexis back on. Right?
Yeah, I don't know. That was a surprise to me. I thought it was Tamara that brought her back. I don't remember. I have to go back.
I
to the
think
first
it's
episode.
Tamara, but then Tamara said it wasn't, and she said it was Heather, right? Wasn't it Heather who got her on?
Ooh, I don't know. I think Heather probably advocated for it. Heather probably liked it, but I mean, Emily just said it right here. She said, "Yeah, I brought her on." I mean,
Yeah,
there was
but I
no
don't know if she actually brought her on or if she was just like the one who, you know how they always
Right,
have
like
the
she's the one
housewives. It's
who's-
like, this is my friend, huh?
right. Yeah. So and then Heather goes, "Shh." Heather shushes them. Quiet. My turn to listen. So Andy's like, Alexis, okay, hold up. If you're single for a year, you're not going on trips with your ex and being intimate. No, Andy, you can, okay? We surveyed 100 people, and there was only one correct answer. The answer is, survey says, single.
Oh, but after 4 years, you're not friends with benefits, though.
And Tamara's like, yeah,
Yeah, well, he picked her up from jail and took care of her for 10 days after. Look at that. I stuck up for Shannon. Is it okay, America? Forgive me, America. I'm a good
Forgive me,
person.
America. Forgive me. I did also mention once again that Shannon went to jail. Stupid bitch. She went to jail. But I stood up for
I
her.
couldn't help it. I couldn't help it.
Okay, the DUI. Okay, the DUI. So Snuggles from the Bear says, what exactly is Shannon doing to John that is so bad that it's ruining his reputation? What am I missing? You keep speaking in codes. Yeah, that's a good question, Snuggles.
no,
What
really
is she
speaking in
doing?
codes? Well, 5972 star. Was that an actual code? Was she asking for my door code? No. Why are you speaking in codes? I don't know what you mean. Well, Shannon knew it was a loan. That's one thing that she did. Okay, so it's just about this lawsuit. Well, no, lying because she lied and she never knew it was a loan. That's number one. Okay, and then lying because
that hurting John, though?
he paid or she paid for everything. Lying that he paid. You know what I'm saying.
I don't know how that's hurting John though. It's just
And then when you go through receipts, and John spent almost $500,000 in the. Okay, so now it's $500,000 in the
that's
relationship.
360, but that's okay. That's okay.
No, I have it. It's 380,000 plus 75,000 plus another 200,000 for storytelling purposes. And he's like, all right, okay. Well,
So stupid. What is she talking about? If John had any money, Shannon wouldn't have shown up wearing a Ziploc bag as a weave last year. Okay, Sean did not have any money. You're never going to get me to believe otherwise. I do not believe you, ma'am.
I agree.
Well, Knots from Barry says, Tennessee, why did you assume these lump sums were gifts? They seemed incredibly generous when given how contentious your relationship seemed to. Are you just using so many syllables to confuse me? Because I'm going to need a moment.
We were still together then. Okay, let me explain this by putting my hands forward like I'm catching rain, and then I'm going to open them wide so the rain goes through my hands, then close them back again. Okay, and then I'm going to sort of scoop it all towards you with my hands. All right, so we were still together then, and that was midway through. And Alexa's like, okay, well, you know what? Your hand movements are very scary to me. Okay, and by the way, like one of those loans are you were together, and like one of them you were broken up. She's like, oh, you know what? Can you zip?
your flipping mouth? Zip your flipping mouth.
Okay, I'm not going to do a 3-person gang on. I'm not going to do a 3-person gang on.
All right, let her speak. Excuse me.
Not you, Heather. My turn. We're literally not talking about you. You already attacked Katie pretty savagely last episode. My turn. Still me.
Well, why are you saying that to let her speak? You don't do that for me, Andy. And I was like, Jesus Christ, how are you friends with her? And Andy's like, well, I'm going to do it for both of you then, Alexis, okay? Okay, so you thought they were gifts, you were together. And Shannon's like, well, in my belief, it was just he had he owned a sliver of a percentage of his company. So he was the largest owner, Alexis. He's rich.
Let her speak.
Well, oh my God, he wasn't the largest owner. Everyone else got 55 million, and he got 5.
Okay, Alexis, just let her talk. You got it. My turn. Let her talk. Let her talk. She's like, sorry. Shannon's like, sorry. So Alexis like, you don't even know. You just want to. All you want to do is just say these things. Alexis, come on, let her speak. God damn, like we just had this conversation. I'm gonna let you speak.
oh my God, have you even been together a year? Because every detail I know about John.
And she's like, well, we've seen each other's bank accounts forensically.
Oh, geez, that's a mistake. That's a mistake. I'm saying it quietly because I'm in therapy now, kind of about to be. I'm in pre-therapy right now. Right now, I'm just counting toothpicks out.
Okay, we're getting married, so you can just like butt out, or so just move on. There's the stage door, Shannon Bador, and there's the camera, Tamra, and there's a feather, Heather. Look how I'm on a roll now. Hey, and there's a lady, Katie, and there's a. Oh God. Okay, you could do Emily. You could do it. There's a VHS copy of the movie Amelie. Emily. Okay, who's left? Okay, Jen. Hey. There's a pig pen, Jen. And there's a.
Hey, my favorite plant is a fern. My turn. Nailed it.
Gina's like, I feel bad. I didn't get one.
Sorry, we forgot you were there, Gina. So let me understand. I understand that she's dating John, right? I get it. But she did have a long relationship with John. Like she had not 1 minute to be sad, you know? Like I said, Shannon, have you had a chance to feel bad? And she said, no. I said, have you had a chance to feel sad? And she said, no. I said, you know what? I feel so bad and so sad. And she said, thank you. You know, and then watching that montage of how happy you guys are and all of that, it's like very difficult for her. And it would be very difficult for anybody, okay? Look at poor Shannon over here. Shannon, look at her. Droopy, sad, makeup running down her face. Nobody knows who did her hair today. Her shoe, she's missing a shoe. She's missing a tooth.
I'm not missing a tooth.
Well, kind of. In my head. When I think back on you, I always think of you kind of toothless. Is that weird?
I may be homeless, but I'm not toothless. Like, okay, well,
Andy, I think the best thing that we have to do to save this relationship going forward, I think we should build a wall in the middle of this set. Does anyone mind if I divide the set in half with a wall? I feel bad.
I feel bad. There's going to be a curtain right here. My kids are going to be living on the other side of that. No one minds, right?
Alexis, did you hear what Gina said? Did Gina just finally get through to you? And Alexis is like, yes. All right. And I was surprised. I did not think you were going to say yes. Also, Emily, what is your take on the promissory note that John gave? Does it technically make it a loan? Ah, no! Attorney at law speaking. You can't send a promissory note after the fact. It can't be retroactive. Then we would all do that. The only way you could make that work would be if you had a time machine.
1.1 gigawatts. I feel bad.
By the way, you'll get it back. And Alexis is like, John sent me a text. I sent the loan documents the next day. And we see a text from John. And it's like, I sent you a simple loan document. And Shannon wrote back,
I sent you a heartfelt email the other night and would like for us to come to a resolution.
And the next day she answered, and I've seen it with my own eyes. And it said, I sent you a heartfelt email. And then says, this is not a business transaction, John. This is a loan between a girlfriend and boyfriend of 2.5 years. And then we see the email, the bombshell email from Shannon on the screen, saying, thank you for wiring me the money this afternoon. Your generosity is greatly appreciated. I don't know what to say about your request for me to sign a promissory note, something that was never discussed, and I am caught off guard by the timing. I don't need to pay in installments.
So it sounds like it was not acknowledged to be a loan when she received it, because she's like, what? A promissory
She literally
note?
Said something that was never discussed, and I'm caught off guard by the timing. So
and then she
I'm sorry,
says,
you just proved her point, Alexis, you big, dumb, fucking monster
yes.
face.
And then Shannon continues to write,
I am incredibly insulted, not necessarily by you, but by the fact that they added oat milk to my latte. I am an anti-Otist, as we all know. And the addition of 10% interest rate on this promissory note and a $50 late fee leaves me speechless. Hashtag Ferragamos. Hashtag look down at your feet. Hashtag that was me who did that. So this is not a business transaction. This is a loan between a girlfriend and a boyfriend of 2.5 years.
so
Dun, dun, dun.
It's like clear that
now
her-
the proof has changed to prove that Shannon did acknowledge that it was a loan.
So, like, in my mind, she probably never thought this was going to turn into a legal situation. So when she said this is a loan between a girlfriend and a boyfriend, I don't think that she even meant like like a formal loan that needs to be paid back. I mean, I shouldn't be speaking for her, I know, but it sounds like the way that she is so shocked by all this stuff, she's like, whoa, this isn't like a formal loan or anything. This is like, you're just like lending me some money to get this thing done. So she is now, her poor use of language is being used against her. It makes it sound like she's saying like, no, this was 100% a proper loan. But I honestly personally still think it's a gift. It's a gift. I'm sorry.
Well, let's
Court
see
of
what
Ben,
John
it's a
has
gift.
to say. Let's see what John says about it. So John's like, Shannon needed money to pay her bills in her times of need, and she came to me for loans. I said, Shannon, I'm going to help me. And this quote, I said, Shannon, you know how volatile our relationship is? Even if you come to hate me, you have to pay me back. And in tearful voice, she said, of course I will, John. The first loan of $40,000, her promise to me. And Shannon was like,
Shannon, stop. Sorry. God, your outfits are terrible.
She said that she would pay it back in 2 months, and I actually sent her a promissory note. And people need to understand the relationship was really volatile. I mean, it was so horrific. You don't even know how horrific it is. It's almost like she was protecting me all these years. Oh, the slander that this woman has against me. Anyway, if we go to trial, there's no doubt in my mind we will win. Collecting the money from Shannon could be another story. I'm like, listen, you don't get to say how terrible how up and down this relationship was for all these years, and we're only finding out about it now. I don't think, and then you're gonna say that there should be a non-disparagement clause. Like earlier they said, she was protecting you. Like this is like news to us that it was so volatile until last year when she was like,
Well, sometimes we have arguments that paralyze me, but you know who doesn't?
I'm sorry for being paralyzed.
He's gross. So look, it does sound like she said, okay, fine, it's a loan or whatever. But ultimately, I'm still Team Shannon because the way he's going about this and dating Alexis and then having Alexis chase her around on camera. And then, of course, they magically settled right after the reunion aired and he doesn't need any more fucking attention.
Exactly.
They settled this like immediately after. So fuck off, you attention whore. You two need to ride off into the sunset and just be trashed together. You know?
yeah, be trashed together.
I mean, they won't last, but still.
No.
No, he'll dump her. He's going to dump her in 2 seconds. I'm surprised he hasn't yet. He's going to wait to see if she gets a contract, and when she doesn't, he's going to be like, bye.
Yeah.
So, Shannon, what is your reaction to that? It's insane to me. I don't want to tear up because John Janssen isn't worth any tears. Though I am gonna cry. But it's like I'm in the frickin' Twilight Zone. I mean, this is like, oh my God, there was a person on the wing of this reunion. Everyone, believe me, there's someone outside that window. God.
And Emily's saying, well, honestly, I don't understand. She made a full offer. If it was about the money and it was a loan, she goes, a full offer with a non-disparagement agreement, which was still filming, which when the show would have aired, she could have said 7 more lies about him, and he could never have had any chance to talk. Oh my God.
But then you address it at the reunion where there's a lawyer present, me. And then Gina's like,
Oh my God. Well, like, why didn't he wait to sue her until after that?
and Shannon's like,
Yeah, well, he said it was a statute of limitations, and I said, "You're a man of limitations, emotional."
and so Gina's like,
Oh, is there a statute of limitations? Oh my God, I didn't know that. How long did it take to make that? A statute, not a statue. Jesus.
It kind of makes me crazy that Emily keeps yelling about how she's a lawyer but doesn't argue against this statute of limitations thing, which is obvious bullshit to me. I mean, I need proof that there is a statute of limitations that's a year or whatever.
I know, I thought
that's
statute-
crazy.
I mean, I thought most statutes of limitations are like years and years and years. So even if this happened early in the relationship, it's what, like 5-6 years ago.
Yeah, I do not believe you people. So Andy's like, well, I guess the question is, the show's over. We're at the reunion. She's offered the money. Why not accept the money? And Alexis is like, fine, offer it again then. Offer it again. Fuck. I'm like, this woman is terrible. This woman is terrible. And Shannon's like, oh,
Really? Well, according to my attorney, you think you're going to get the full amount if he wants more? And you had your chance. You had your flippin' chance. And you can tell John I said the same thing. Watch this 10 walk by ya.
May I speak? Okay, my turn. Andy, I have a question. Jen and Katie, you guys have been very close with Alexis all season long. Still me! And even after the season, you guys post a lot of pictures and whatnot. My turn still. Can you speak to anything for her?
This is funny of Heather because she's the one totally sticking up for Alexis, but she's like, okay, these two are looking good at the reunion, and I didn't slam Katie as badly as I wanted, so let's just throw them under the bus. It's like, so you're best friends with Alexis, although it does work because this diminishes Jen and Katie for me. I'm like, gross. You guys went through this whole season, and now you're hanging out with Alexis? Bad move. It's like a very newbie thing to be like, oh, really? The OGs are going to exclude us? Then fine, we'll just be our own housewives and we'll see. You know, we'll show them that we have a real friendship. You are teaming up with the wrong bird. Wrong bird.
Wrong bird. New hip, wrong bird. By the way, Ronnie, I just noticed that we are 100% matching today. We are literally wearing this. Look at us.
Oh, my God.
How funny.
We're maroony banoonies. I love
Maroony
it.
Banoonies.
That's
So
funny.
Katie's like, well, I think I understood a lot more when she talked about the non-disparagement. He wanted to speak truth after this aired, but I see both sides. I'm like Joni Mitchell. I see both sides now, and it's just really hard to be in the middle of this. I see her hurting, and I'm thinking, God, I wish I could be playing golf right now instead.
Brilliantly, because I'm really a good golf player. Cut to Katie. Whoops. Guess I'm not really a very good golf
Maybe not
player
so good.
after all. What if he signed a non-disparagement at the beginning of the season? She wouldn't say anything the rest of the season. This doesn't make sense. But what she's saying, and I hate standing up for Alexis, but I think what Alexis is saying is they probably would try not to count that as disparagement because they were still shooting. So by the time they aired it, they would be like, well, we already shot that. So nothing, that doesn't count, you know, but
She's like, well, nobody knows that. Nobody knows what she's going to say. And I was like, what do you mean you don't know that? She would have signed a thing. And then you could have sued her again. I'm like, you love suing. You could have had another lawsuit if she's disparaged you.
Oh, really? You think he wants to do that? You think he wants to be in another lawsuit? Yes, I do. Because it would get him another season of this show. And you know it. And you want another lawsuit, too. You probably trip on sideway cracks all the time. She's one of those who just tries to sue.
And she's like, he just wants his $75,000 back. And I was like, but that doesn't make sense. She would not have been able to talk about it or him. And so Jen's like, okay. And I asked John at dinner. I said, first of all, thank you so much. And then I said, John, would you ever wear denim with paint splattered all over it? No? Okay. I was just hoping to build some consensus about this. All right, well. And then I said, John, the timing, it just looks so bad. You and Alexis are together. And now we're on the show. Why are you seeking this money now, John? And can I have a little bit of it?
Yeah, the timing really did. It just looks strange. I mean, it was just so planted. It was just so planted, Andy. I said that a long time ago. You said that very late into the season too, and it was because this lady smarted off to you. You were totally fine with her doing pulling all these shenanigans more than half the season, Emily. So let's stop trying to come in like last minute hero, like you've been on the right side of history this whole time. You didn't get mad at Alexis till she made some little smart ass comment, and now you're going scorched earth at her because she didn't stand up for you on the size 12 comments in that fashion show. So please.
So we see this clip, and Emily's like, why did you guys wait until we were filming? And Alexis is like, well, it has nothing to do with the filming, okay? It has nothing to do with filming whatsoever. I mean, were cameras on right now? Did he get an erection every time I said we're going to go shoot right now? Maybe, but like he just wants his money back. It just happens to be now. Like, our cameras up? Yeah. So be it. Does he want his money back? Yeah. Is he going to get his money back? Yeah. You're being really defensive right now. Yeah.
Do you know what forensic accounting is? Yeah. Do I? Not really. No.
Do you have a degree? Yeah.
So then Jen cut back, and Jen's like, well, I don't know. He explained it to me. He said there's a statute that has limitations. And I said, well, you know, it's because the rest of them are hard, but they can't put boners on statues. And he said, no, not statues, statutes. I said, I don't know what you mean. Why would you misspell statues? That's not nice to the statue. Be kind to the statue. Thank you, statues. Thank you for everything you do. I wouldn't have even known who donated that park.
I mean, just because Venus de Milo is missing her arms does not mean that she's limited. I don't know why people keep saying that. So Alexis is like, he had
I love
you know
that
what,
she thinks the statues are limited because they have little wieners that can't get hard. Yes, Jen.
Small-
yes, my
small
made up
wieners.
Jen. You're my kind of girl right there.
you know what, he had 2 days to decide. And Emily's like, then why didn't he just ask for the money when he broke up for her? He's like, well, he did. The attorneys were in negotiations. That's what she's leaving out. He was single for a year, and during that time, the attorneys were having negotiations with him. It all makes sense to me right now. And like, she's deciding to leave out the most pertinent information, that they were in negotiations.
You see, I said pertinent. College. That's called college
Pertinent.
right there. Puritan.
It's also my favorite shampoo. It's like, no, that's just pert.
So, Alexis, so Shannon's like,
No, when John broke up with me both times, if I owed him money, you say, hey, by the way, there's a loan outstanding. And he never said it.
oh, so when you broke up, there was no conversation? And Alexis is like, nope, they were in negotiations before they ever got together, or I was on the show. So, or before we got together, or I was ever on the show. And she's like, she got a demand letter in January. So,
My God.
She got a demand letter for the loan in January when we were filming.
And that was after we broke up. John had never asked me to pay him either amount ever.
And Andy's like, okay, so there's been a lot of conversation about the videos and the videos possibly being used as some kind of extortion. Here's what John had to say about that. Let me be perfectly clear on the videos. It was my intent for no one to ever see them, unless, of course, I needed to release them if I wasn't paid. I'm not saying it was extortion. I'm just saying no one's going to see them unless you don't pay me.
for
That's
free.
it.
Yeah. There's no, it's not extortion. It's just what I'm saying, no free rides. You know what I mean? Do you have to pay when you go see a movie, Andy? You do. You do, right? So Heather's like, then why keep them? Aha! And John, cut back to John. He's like, it was extremely traumatic night for me and my 2 adult children. And it's very unfortunate that Shannon has not taken accountability for traumatizing my adult children and the people that she harmed that night. And I would say if Shannon would like to, I would. The person I would show the videos to would be
With me in the
Shannon.
room? With me in the room? Okay.
With
okay,
Alexis
guess what?
in the room so she can touch
Someone
her
with a
cross
degree
and
has
rub
to
it.
be in the room. And I have got a degree.
I want Alexis to be there rubbing her double crucifix as we watch the video. Really bring it home. And it would be Shannon Bedore, so she could see what a monster she was that night. Oh, God. Well, I hope you're watching this video right now to see what a douchebag you are tonight.
John Janssen, so traumatized by Shannon crashing into a house. And Shannon's the one with blood coming down her face. Shannon's the one who has to deal with a DUI, nationally, publicly shamed, and go through all the things, and perhaps rightfully so. But it's John who is the victim of trauma because she punched him or something like that, which is what we find out later. But no, I don't condone violence, but I'm also imagining you trying to pull the trauma card when Shannon's the one who's been going through all this shit. I don't know. It just doesn't land well with me. Probably like Shannon's punch.
So Shannon's like, oh, well, I have videos too, which I love. I just love. Because that's just so modern, right? It's like it's like a couple fighting and both whipping out their phone at each other.
Oh, really? You want to say that to me again on the ticker talker? Go ahead.
Oh, really? You want to punch me again?
I did not punch you.
Like and subscribe. Don't forget to like and subscribe to this. Your donations mean a lot. You can get the rest of this on Patreon.
John, goddammit, turn off that phone.
Andy, I would like to show you my video that I have.
I think, is this just a YouTube clip of outrageous business?
Oh, you know what it is. It's a great movie. Thank you.
Okay, hold on. I'll show you a video.
Is this Charo doing aerobics in her backyard and telling people to eat fresh guava?
Damn it.
Okay. Here it is, the video, the incriminating video.
I'm pretty sure this is just a trailer for Under the Tuscan Sun with Diane Lane.
Oh, you know what? It is.
Well, I'll tell you this much. If Diane Lane had given me $50,000, she wouldn't be asking for shit back. That's a real woman right there.
She's a girl's girl, that Diane Lane.
I still would have needed to borrow the other $25,000, though. Well, my math can be worked on another day. The point is, clay roofs.
So, Emma's like, oh, why would we want to see
It's
this
like
video?
20 episodes in. Absolutely nothing makes sense. It's over. Okay, everybody, just go home already. It's over.
So John Janssen's like, if Shannon wants to see what she was actually like that night and what kind of behavior she exhibited, she has characterized me as a monster on the show. If she wants to see what a monster looks like, she can view those videos. He's like, it's a video of Cookie Monster, isn't it? It is. Just.
Well, have you ever seen her eat a cookie? It is traumatizing.
We all laugh at Cookie Monster, but Cookie Monster is indeed a monster.
Wow, 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 wow. Wow. God, that was very carefully crafted. Very.
And
If C is for cookie, W is for wow. Wow.
Von, carefully crafted response. So he says he'll never release them. Well, he said he never would. And there seems to be a veiled threat there at the same time. And Tamara goes, do you know, Shannon? Let me just ask. I'm just asking this as a kind person who loves Shannon so much. Shannon, do you know from your memory what could possibly be on those videos?
And then we see a flashback to Emily and Katie talking about the videos, and Katie being like, the ring footage camera of her almost running over his daughter. Dun, dun, dun.
And Shannon's like,
Well, we were in a fight, and he said, "You're a drunken idiot." So I got in my car.
and Katie's like, holy shit.
Oh, relax there, Katie. And I thought, I don't want to leave my car here. I don't want to have to come back to this house of horrors tomorrow.
And Jen's like, but why are we talking about the videos? What's the point? I'm confused. What actually are we talking about?
Okay, just keep up, Jen. By the way, a year ago, if you want to keep kicking me, keep kicking me. But this was a year ago.
But why did the videos just even need to come up? Why do they keep coming up? And Alexis is like, well, it was never supposed to be. I was never supposed to say it, and I didn't want to. And Shannon's like,
But you did. You did multiple times, Alexis.
she's like, well, I really thought it was just with my friends. Oh, okay. So Andy's like, so wait, do you regret bringing those up, the videos? And she's like, I regret the timing because it was on camera. And here's the thing, I didn't want to be caught extorting her. And so, I should have extorted her more quietly, Andy. That's, because then people started calling it extortion, which was only because extortion only counts if it's on camera, apparently. So
Alexis, who was being actively filmed for like 3 days straight on a trip for Bravo, did not realize that if she brought up these videos, it would be on camera. Got it. So Shannon's like clutching Gina's hand, like she's like on a roller coaster. She's like,
Sorry, my hands are a bit sweaty. I apologize, Gina. Don't feel bad.
So Alexis is like, you know what, Andy, I had a breaking point at that moment in Big Beer. And like we have been filming for like 12 hours. And I was just like, God, I am like sick of this. Like Shannon is not a saint. So I'm going to like tell everyone about the videos. Shannon's
Well, don't come on the show dating a guy dated for 4 years.
do not interrupt me. It's my turn. I'm sorry, that's my line. It's my turn. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm not even listening. Go
Still her.
on. Pass.
I was very upset. Okay, I get every time I filmed it, it was about Gian or Shannon. And here's the thing, Andy, it wasn't easy for me to film with the ex than it is for her. Like in some ways, I'm the bigger victim here.
Okay, well, do you think that maybe you came in a little too hot at the beginning? Or can you do that? Maybe say I'm too hot?
And she's like, no, I'm never going to apologize for standing up for my man.
Well, Shannon is saying she wants this to go away and she wants to be done with it. She doesn't want to hear from John Janssen anymore. She's offered John the full amount. She's waiting for a response.
Yeah, and I already did hear a response, and it was
No.
Was the response yes?
No.
Was the response no? Yes?
Yep. No, just on the non-disparagement. He was willing to take your money. He just wanted the non-disparagement. You fucking idiot. So Emily's like, but you can't threaten videos. And then because we were still filming. And Shannon's like,
Do you know how disparaging those video statements are? That is disparagement.
and she's like, those videos have nothing to do with the lawsuit, Shannon. You're the one bringing them in. No, honey, you're the one bringing them in. You are too stupid for this, Alexis. You cannot even keep up with your own bullshit.
Yeah. Shannon's like, those false statements that John Janssen just made about me are disparaging. He said I was a monster. Well, they're not false statements, Shannon. He painted me out to be a liar. Well, you know what, Shannon? Maybe you are a liar, okay? Because that's the truth. Okay, what he's saying is the truth. There's the truth. Ruth, is there someone named Ruth? Because that would really be helpful for my rhyme right now.
Does she even have a brain?
Okay, here's the question. Why wouldn't he agree to the mutual non-disparagement? Heather's like, well, he should now because now the season's over. Call that one, because he sure did. And well, I don't know if he did, if the disparagement. I just know they settled. So supposedly everything's going to be done. Alexis assures that this is going to be done in 2 seconds. And Emily's like, yeah, but I don't understand because he should have agreed at the time because then she wouldn't even be able to speak about it. And Alexis is like, it doesn't work that way, Emily. That's not how the legalties of the laws work, okay?
I have a degree, and so I can really tell you everything you need to know about lawyering and stuff. This is not going to be a 3-person gang on, okay? Not a 3-person gang on.
Well, what do you mean it doesn't work that way? She goes, oh my God, Emily, just butt out. Why don't you just butt out? And she's like, she's going to tell you. She can talk. And Shannon's like, that is not your business. And so Jen's like, just pay. God, oh my God, just whatever they say about each other. And Alexis is like, well, it wouldn't air for another. It just goes on and on. They're trying to explain to Alexis that she's a compulsive liar. And that, like, literally everything she's saying is stupid and makes no sense. But she's the worst kind of liar and the worst kind of idiot. She's a stubborn idiot,
Yeah, she is. She reminds me of just so many people. And so Alexis is just like, she's like, you know what? I'm not going to speak for John. Okay, I'm not going to speak for John. And I was like, you speak for him, though. And then you back off and you say you're not speaking for him. She goes, you know what? I'm speaking for him when everybody's lying about him. And now you butt in. So Alexis goes from like, I'm just not going to speak for him, but I will speak for him because you guys are all lying. So Tamara's like,
I love how your backstory, Emily. That's hilarious. Did you hear that, America? I quietly dissed Alexis. I mean, a little bit.
so Emily is like, I'm not going to look at her. She's gross and not even a lawyer.
Okay. Let me just land this plane, Alexis. Oh my God. No one even told me we were on a plane. Save the children next to you first if anything happens, ladies.
I just want to say something that Shannon had her phone on the entire time we were on this plane, and that's not safe.
She could have killed us all. Shannon just gave us iPhone terrorism.
Shannon has not put her seat up in the upright position. That's not fair. That's not fair, Andy. If I have to put my seat up, she has to put her seat up.
Why is she the only one that gets to keep her tray table down, Andy?
Well, I'm sorry I'm having a snack. It's a very stressful day for me.
Andy, I have a question. Andy.
My turn.
Andy, my question.
Go ahead.
My seatback entertainment's not working. Can someone fix this?
Your front seat entertainment's not working either. Moron.
Question. I ordered the salmon. Could I actually get the vegetarian option instead, Andy? It's like, all right, everyone, we're not on a plane. We're not actually on a plane.
Oh, thank God. Thank God. So, Andy, I'm speaking for him when everybody's lying about him. And now Emily has to butt in. Okay, wackadoodle. And Tamara's like, oh my God, I love how your back's just to her, Emily. And she goes, because I'm not fucking looking at her. She's gross. So then finally, they're just like, it's time to go. Shannon's like,
Time for the friend to exit the room.
and she's like, oh, I will very happily, Shannon. I will exit from one TV camera to another TV camera in this fine plane that we're in, back in first class, the back of the plane, where everybody knows first class is.
So Andy's like, well, at the start of your season, you said that your goal was to be friends with Shannon. And no, I never said friends. No, I said amicable. And we see that there's like a little clip that sort of supports that. And Andy's like, well, that clearly didn't work out. What's your goal now? Well, I just want that this plane lands safely and that I can see my children. And, if Katie and Heather can have an amicable friend relationship and be women in the same group, and Heather's like, yeah, I'm not sure if that has really happened. My turn.
Where have you been? And Alexis is like, well, Jen and Tamara have the same problem we do. So I'm just like, fucking, like, let's just all be amicable. And Andy's like, coexist. And Shannon's like, zero relevancy in equating those two situations. But of course, Alexis just wants to stay on the show. So she's just trying to be like, well, I can get along enough to be on the show. You're done. You are done here, you flippin' dumbass. So, Andy's like, let's move on.
Good luck with the wedding planning, I guess. I hear you will be selling a bunch of Ferragamo shoes to pay for the cake. Thank you, Andy. Yes, we look forward to it. And we'll look out for that date, and maybe some of the women will get an invitation. We probably will not cover it on Bravo, though, so good luck.
Yeah, he's very much like, okay, good luck to you. Please leave. And then Shannon just waves at her.
Bye, stupid.
So Alexis leaves, and Shannon's like,
Hi, Andy. I need to step out for a minute. My breast shelf is crooked, and I'm full of a lot of emotion right now. So can I go right now? Shannon, you did so good. I feel bad that I wasn't able to help more.
So Shannon goes back hyperventilating, and Pamela, the makeup lady, is like, you chewed her up real good. I'm proud of you. So then Tamara goes to Alexis's trailer and hugs her, and she's like,
That went well. That went great. You did great. You okay?
she's like, no.
so, and then Pamela's like, by the way, Shannon, did you notice that Tamara stayed out of it? Like, she didn't want to get the heat.
I didn't notice that, but I will notice it now.
So then everyone returns back to the set, and Tamara's talking to Andy before cameras are like before the segment begins, and she's like,
You know what, Patch? I tried with her to tell her, like, don't be here to defend him.
and Andy's like, well, Tamara, when you're not losing your mind screaming, you can really sit and understand what you're saying,
Yeah, but it's also like just not Tamara. It's just boring. It's like Tamara needs to find the healthy balance. And I think her thing is like, I'm just not going to go in and be evil, which worked. She did do that. I mean, I was actually kind of proud, like it's very rare that she does that. She's like, I'm going to behave, but it's also so boring. Like there needs to be a balance. Like I think when she's like, I'm not going to be evil. She has nothing else to be. And I think that's why we see her being evil so much, because she doesn't really have any other buttons to push. It's like, that's it. That's my entertainment, is being an asshole. Her only ways of being funny otherwise are just like pissing on the ground or like making fart jokes or like showing her boobs to the other lady. It's like always something it's always like some like childish humor. She just can't be normal funny without being horrible. So
right.
That's sad. You can work on that, Just ask people their hobbies. I don't know.
So Emily's coming back from her trailer, and she's like, oh, I really am hoping that's the last time I ever have to see Alexis Bellino again. Is she in that dumpster right there? I bet she is. And then the trash truck's going to come and pick her up, and then I never have to see her again. Because what I'm saying is she's like trash, but then she's going to be put into the dump, and then she'll be in the dump, and we'll never see. What I'm trying to say is, it'd be great if she just winds up in a landfill somewhere. My life would be better.
So then Shannon's still in her trailer getting her hair touched up, and
For them to say I'm obsessed, I am not obsessed with them. Hold on, let me see if he let me back on Find My Friends. I would love to know. I wonder if he's eating ice cream right now. He didn't let me back on. Cocksucker.
No, I you know what? I just, like, I am so not obsessed with John Janssen, but, you know what? Let me see. I just joined Blue Sky. Let me follow John Janssen. There we go. Great.
So Tamara's like,
He's like, he did himself no favors by doing those videos.
yeah, that was awful. I'm sorry. And she sits there like this next to him like, I'm a lawyer. Guess what? There's only one lawyer here. And you know who it is?
You?
It's me.
I practiced for 1.5 years, which is something. I read that she only practiced for 1.5 years. It's just hilarious. I don't know why that cracks me up. So, she sucks her face in. So she's like mimicking Alexis, making faces and stuff. So then Shannon comes back to the set, or Emily comes back to the set, and they're like, do you want to stand up and we'll fix you? And she goes, no, I don't care what I look like. I'm whatever. I'm a size 12. Oh, just kidding. I'm a medium, and it's loose. The only one that cares is you. The only one that cares is you.
So Shannon is back, and she's like,
Sorry, I just needed to take a breath. And Gina, thank you for helping me get through that. She's like, you know what? You're well supported. So Andy
It was very
welcomes her.
nice. I got to take a breath. I'm sorry, Gina. I took all those breaths into you. I did take a blood test, and my lungs are coated in polyester now, so I'm going to have to go to surgery. But surely you'll be there for me. You've been such a good friend today. I mean, other than possibly murdering me. I mean, time will tell, right, Gina? Get better clothes. God, I love you. You're a good girl.
So Emily is like, first of all, I just would like to say, in summary, every trash can needs a lid. Call back to the guy I said the dumpster thing about, and I think John found his. And I want to ask Jen a question. Jen's like, oh yes, thank you so much. I would love to hear a question. When you refer to Tamara, you'll put things like, I don't subscribe to mean girl behavior, but like, you do because you're friends with Alexis.
To me, that's the ultimate mean girl. I would take, and then she goes, excuse me, you do the same thing. You're sitting right next to her, pointing to Tamara. And I was like, yes, thank you. I love Jen not taking any of Emily's bullshit. Emily, you're such a faker. My God, you never would have stood up to that woman had she not pissed you off individually and away from Shannon. And you're horrible in how you lick Tamara's asshole the entire year and fuck over everybody that Tamara wants you to. And now you're acting like you stand up against mean girls. Please.
Yeah, plus you're the one who brought Alexis onto the show. So
you're the ultimate in mean girls, and you knew who Alexis was to Shannon and all that. So that's terrible. You knew Alexis was dating John and all that good stuff, and now you're claiming not to be a mean girl after bringing her on. Shh, be quiet.
So Shannon's like,
I told Jen, if I saw someone treating you the way that I've been treated, I wouldn't be friends with them. But that's your choice, Jen. And Jen's like, can I say the flip side of this? I just met Alexis. Doesn't mean you can't have an opinion. And Tamara's like, there is a different Alexis that you guys all have seen. The kind of Alexis that just tortures Shannon. It's really lovely if you think about it. Jen's like, I just don't like what's happening to Shannon. I love Shannon. Watching this is horrible. But what do? Do I just like just take this woman and throw her out? And Emma's like, just say shut the fuck up to her, because I would never be friends with her. I would never ever be friends with a woman like that. Hey Tamara, by the way, do you want to go get lunch after this? Great.
Yeah, I would never be friends with a woman like that. But you are. She's sitting right next to you. I was like, snaps, double snaps. So then Emily's like, well, there's a difference. No, there's not. No, there's different. There's not, actually. One is a Goodyear blimp face, and the other one is a possum face. So I don't really, otherwise, no, there's not. And she's like, well, to me, there is a difference. And she goes, okay, well, then it matters just for you. She's like, well, I'm saying that you say you don't subscribe to mean girl behavior. Oh, but you only apply that to Tamara. Okay, so now you're going to change it to make it work. But the fact is, you are a mean girl, and you use plenty of mean girl behavior yourself. And you're not going to go stick up for Shannon, but then you still need somebody to pick on and start picking on Jen. Jen hasn't done shit to you. Don't you have someone else? Look to your right and look to your left. Pick on them.
You know, I've sat with Alexis and I said, when are you going to bow out of this? When are you just going to let this be between John and Shannon? And Katie's like, and I called her and I told her, you really need to drop the lawsuit. If you really want this public opinion to be changed, you need to drop the lawsuit. And then my daughter called her and said, we all hate Heather, right? So we've all been in her ear. We've been in her ear a lot.
So Emily's like, I just have a problem with everyone being complicit. You literally brought her on the show. And Shannon's like, well, everyone's talking about me, but I'm just sitting here saying nothing. But hold on, I will say something with my tears.
You know, when as much as she could say she hasn't come at me, I saw when you filmed at her house, she goes, I just keep getting all this shit put on me.
And we see a flashback to Alexis moaning about not being invited to London. And Katie was like, well, I said this because of the lawsuit. And Shannon's like, well, I haven't put any shit on her. It's the videos. It's the threatening. She's trying to humiliate this woman on a global scale. I mean, it's true. I mean, when I see this news about Alexis trying to humiliate Shannon on a global scale, I'm like, wow, Russia fired a missile, fighting in Gaza, and Alexis humiliating Shannon. It's like the world. We cannot look at what's happening in the world these days. This is a global level issue.
So Emily's like, look, you know, we all have bad behavior, but we rein it in, we apologize. And Alexis she's never apologized or backed down, you know? So Andy's like, okay, God, let's just move on. So Tamara, where do you sit in this? And Tamara's like,
Well, my friendship with Alexis, that was just between me and Alexis. And when I found out Alexis was dating John, I said, gross. Shannon was the first person I reached out to, and I said, oh, Shannon, LOL, ROFL. Hey, Shannon, guess what? You want to do something fun today? Why don't we go on some roller skates together?
I know how hurtful this must be for you, and I'm sorry. I hope you're able to enjoy the holiday season that you'll be spending alone while your ex is fucking Alexis Bellino.
so she's like, yeah, I sent you a text. And I was like, this must be so hurtful for you, Shannon. I'm so sorry.
I hope you enjoy the holiday season, Shannon. I know it's hard for you right now, because Shannon, I care about you so much, Shannon. She's like, oh, they'd already been dating for 3 weeks, Tamara, and I knew the minute he met her, that they would be dating. And you told me to grow the fuck up amongst a lot of other things. And just, well, that's because you were saying bad things about me. Remember when I called and you said, hello? I said, you bitch, how dare you say that to me? I'm going to ruin your life.
You know, what's interesting is that as I was sitting here laughing, Tamara was quietly defending Shannon a few times. So quietly, you actually couldn't even hear it or see it. But I'm just going to say that it happened. And Tamara's like, yeah, I was. Yeah. Now, Shannon, did you appreciate that? And Shannon's like, I did. I really did. Well, okay. Well, I also want to say something else that I noticed at this now that this reunion has gone on. You started by saying Tamara and I weren't really that close, but it feels a little different than how you characterized it at the time. And she's, well, I'm not going to lie. She looked me in the eyes a couple of times during that exchange, those red, beady eyes, and I could tell. When she the way she squinted, it was a squint that seemed to say, you didn't defame Jim. And I thought, that's a squint of love. That's a beady little squint of love.
Just because I'm set with you doesn't mean I'm not going to lie.
and Shannon's like,
But you're just like, you even showed some. She feels bad.
Gina.
I do. Thank you so much, Gina. I feel so bad. Well, you're just like when you saw the video about John, like the stuff he said in those videos. Really difficult. So difficult. I'm walking off right now. So difficult. Okay, I'm back. And I was squeezing Gina's hand so hard and saying, please get better fabrics. And she was doing what? She was acknowledging it. She gave me looks like, you gave me looks, Tamara. I saw your looks. I saw them. And then you ate an old In-N-Out wrapper that had been thrown into the trash a few days ago. And then when I said, can I have some of that? You said, bah! And I backed off. And I said, oh, God, get a water hose. Oh, God, I knew then. We still love each other. We do. We do.
You know what? Even though her face is completely frozen, and it's amazing she's been able to get any words out of those lips, I can still tell through that frozen, unmoving face that she loves me. And you know what? I'm not going to do this anymore. I've squeezed Gina's hand long enough, and it's just really not good enough. I want to squeeze Tamara. I'm going to give you a hug right now, Tamara. It's just easy to do.
Oh, let's get two people. Just two good people coming together to hug.
Aw, yay. I feel not bad. So Tamara's like, I miss you so much. I really miss you. Shannon's like, oh, God, I'm going to need a makeup touch-up again.
Let's try to move on, please. I beg of you. I was so hurt, and I know you was hurt too, and you were going through a lot, and I'm so hard to you. But it's just 'cause I love you. I miss you. I miss us.
oh my God, what a load of horseshit. And I love that Jen just turns to Katie and she's like, this is where Tamara tells her she did it all because she loves her. Oh, what horseshit. So good.
Jen just seeing right through it. But like at the same time, you can't admit that you were so amused by this because this is what they
It was
do.
so
and like
funny.
you
It was
know
so
it's gonna
good.
happen. And it's like
Yes.
Andy was able to manipulate it so easily. He's like, oh, she said something nice about you.
Oh, well, I mean, I could tell. Though, you know what? The way that her that hair tendril fell across her cheek, I knew that she still loved me as a friend, so I'm going to give her a hug. It's all forgiven. The Tres Amigas are back.
They've just been doing it for so long too that he's like, this is the format, guys. You know, and he was telling he's been telling them all season on every show, like, this is the part where we make up. And if you can't make up, you're fired. Like, I'm sorry, you know, we just saw it happen on Potomac. It's like, you better make up. And so they're like, oh,
Oh, okay. Well, I guess it's hour 3. And I love you, Tamara. I was like, I love you so much.
And then we see a flashback. They do put a flashback to Tamara and Vicky and Shannon all joining in a hug and forgiving each other. And I just wish they had done it for every year because I think it's happened every single year.
So many times. And they could just thrown in Danielle Staub and Jacqueline Laredo just for fun.
Just for shits and giggles.
So
Shannon's like, I didn't want to hug her. My therapist said it's not a healthy relationship for you. But you know what I say? Fuck therapy, am I right? So I didn't want to hug her that day. I didn't want to hug Vicky that day. But I saw in her eyes that she was feeling the hug was the right thing to do. And you know what? I love her to death this day. I just love her. So I'm going to hug Tamara on spec that someday I can grow to love this little adorable possum.
I'm so sorry. You know what we should do now for fun? Let's go ruin Vicky's life. It's her turn.
Yep,
It's like,
Vicky's turn.
well, I'm sorry for anything that I did too, and I'm not proud of myself for what all those things that I can't remember. But at least I don't owe you money, so that's good.
And it's like, when she went through the ceiling season, the ceiling too, that was rough. Dealing with Alexis, the lawsuit, and John, and watch them to be happy together. It was just so hard. I would have bowed out. I never knew Shannon Bedore was that strong. She's fucking strong. Next time I'm going to have to bully her harder, is basically my point. It's going to be really rough next season, Andy, because I know you're just going to keep hiring me and hiring me and hiring me for no discernible reason.
Well, it was beautiful to see the two of you hug, and I know you still have a lot of work, though, but I just want to acknowledge that what I keep seeing between the two of you tonight, it's real. It feels real. It feels like there's a bed of love there.
Oh, yeah.
Can't believe they're buying this shit.
It's such a bed. There's a bed. It's made out of love. I sat on that bed. Then I shit on the bed a little bit, but I didn't mean to. It's funny. It was a funny time. People on the bed. But then, Shannon's a good person, Andy.
He's like, okay, well, let's take a break because this is hilarious and I need a break.
Well,
He's like,
I'm
I can't
walking
believe-
off.
I can't believe I was able to make that happen so quickly. Anyway, so, it's over. So any last thoughts? Shannon, how do you feel? Well, selfishly, I'm glad it's over. I'm a little concerned about my leg circulation with these spanks, but Gina, again, sorry about your knuckle. When I heard that crack, I thought it was just your knuckles cracking. I didn't realize that actually fractured your pinky, but that's okay. And I can't explain to you. I don't want anyone to feel sorry for me. Okay, I don't want anyone to feel sorry for me. It was so freaking difficult for me to get through the season. And do I deserve an award? Perhaps, but don't feel sorry for me. I'm just glad it's over, and I can get a little bit of time to spend with my girls who have moved away from me. Well, don't feel bad for me though. Don't cry for me, Argentina.
I'm sure that the girls not answering my calls and taking me off their Find My Friends and their iCloud accounts means that they're very excited to see me too. So once I can find them, I am hoping to spend... Tamara, you take it. Tamara's like, I'm just so happy to be such a new person now. It's so amazing to be a good person. I'd like to thank therapy that I'm going to go to someday. And all the people who've nominated me. And thank you, Shannon. Thank you, everybody. It's so good being a good fucking person. I'm sorry I said fuck. I just pooped a little bit. I'm going to go pee behind your chair, Andy. It's going to be hilarious.
Everyone's pretty much like, it's easy. It's a nice, easy end. Heather's like, I'm so glad we could resolve things. Drake came over. Pass. Pass. And it's pretty easy. No one has a problem with anybody right now. And it's great, So then... Dun, dun, dun. Oh, well, first they get a present.
They get gift bags from the NFL, which is so, it's clearly a promotion for the fact that there's NFL on Peacock now. But this clunky thing of like, the NFL was so impressed with the way you guys play flag football. They gave you all jerseys. It's like, yeah, I'm pretty sure like the executives at the NFL were like, hold on, everyone. Did you see that Shannon Bedore was playing flag football? Let's get him some gifts.
Yeah. Like, bro, send those ladies some gifts. Although men are really fascinated by this show. It's hilarious that two of the work guys were in here today helping me with something. And they said, it must be nice to wake up first thing in the morning and you get to watch TV. And I was like, well, this is my work. I said, I talk about these crazy ladies. And I pressed play. The way that these men stopped, these totally like macho men, they stopped and just started staring at the TV where they were like, wow, I had to turn it off. I was like, you're never going to turn away from this.
I mean, Roger Goodell, maybe he's like a big Gina fan. So, so then they get,
Well,
they get these.
you'll tell me if you're watching the NFL, just be like, well, and then he fell. And let me tell you, I feel bad. Really, really bad.
It's just Tony Romo up there being like, I gotta say, I feel bad about that missed field goal.
So they all get little shirts and it's cute and stuff. And then they have some drinks and a toast. And Heather's like, I was going to say my turn.
And she literally
Historic
does a my
season.
turn.
It's an historic season. The 100 seasons of Housewives, starting with the original. And you know, how about just love and blessings to each of us? And fuck Reba McEntire, am I right? Happy's Place sucks. Don't watch it. They haven't returned my call. Okay.
Also, I want to give a shout out to Wendy Malick, who I know is watching me on her television because what else is she doing with her life right now? Am I right? It's actually funny
And
because
Jillian, wherever you are, I just want you to look at yourself in the mirror, tell yourself, wow, this isn't a TV. Turn around and realize that it's me on the TV, which if you get close enough to it, you can probably see your own reflection, which is sad. So fuck you.
And Jillian, formerly of It's a Living, now in a new show called It's a Walk into the Kitchen to Get a Snack and It's a Going Back to the Living Room. You know what's funny is that Andy really, he's like, okay, who wants to lead us in a toast? And Emily's I think Emily is about to say something, and Heather's like, my turn. She doesn't say my turn, but she just is like, excuse me, I'm a working actress, so I will lead this very important toast. Thank you very much. Drake's neighbor.
Oh, so that's it. And I'm like, oh my God, this was fun. So then 36 hours later, dong, ding, dong, dong, ding, ding, dong, ding, ding, dong, 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 and we hear a voiceover of Emily. 7 months, she's known that information. She drops it after we film the reunion and they turn all the cameras off. Whoa.
She's like, oh, there's going to be a bombshell. And Emily's like, I didn't even want to go to dinner after the reunion after she told me that. I'm like, are you kidding me?
I'm happy that it's coming now.
So now we're at Emily's house. The doorbell rings. Heather comes in. And hello, television's Heather Dubrow is here. I drove all the way back down to Orange County from Los Angeles, the more glamorous and exciting place to live, just to shoot this scene that will advance the plot in 0% ways.
So it's the core cast who gathers. They leave out Kennedy. Kennedy? What? We need Kennedy on here. They leave out Jen and Katie.
Yeah, and so they're all gather, and Heather. Shannon walks in leather pants. Heather's like, look at you in poor person's leather pants. She goes,
Well, do you know what kind of leather pants they are?
wait,
Susan Bender.
I mean, those are the most beautiful slacks I have ever seen.
Well, you have to tell Shannon what you know anyway, or did you tell her already?
Oh, well, it was partial. It was partial. Okay, the night of the finale, we go to dinner, me, Terry, Tamara, and Eddie. And you don't come to dinner because you're slammered, Emily. And then we get a clip of Emily like falling off stoops and trees and bars and tables. And Alexis and John. And so they all go to dinner. And I don't remember why it came up. I mean, you weren't the topic of conversation. It wasn't a mean girl moment. It was just a poor Shannon, literally poor Shannon. What a mistake. Should we throw her in a mental hospital? You know, that kind of thing.
And, something comes up about the night of the accident, just something. And John goes, oh, I heard the crash. And Tim and I both were like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Oh, so when you mentioned that to me, I went numb. It was always, I never knew the answer. I couldn't feel, I remember, I dropped that 100 grand bar right in the middle of that 7-Eleven. Couldn't feel a thing.
John tried to take 70 grand out of that. And I said, not unless you agree to not talk shit about me.
So then now Tamara enters. There's just people keep coming in. So now they're really teasing out, this thing that John has said at dinner. And
It's
so
not that big of a deal. So they sit down. We're making it this huge deal. But they basically all sit down. And the big news is Tamara tells her,
He said when you took off, he heard the crash. And then he went to go run for you. But his daughter stopped him and said, no, Dad, this isn't good. You guys are fighting. I'm going to go look. And when she went around the corner, she said you were pulling off.
Dun, dun, dun.
Okay. So Heather's like, and he said it was not a good night and that things were said and done to each other.
Yeah, he said that there's an altercation between you and two. He said, hold on, let me whisper so that the cameras don't hear this whatsoever. He said you hit him. Oh, well, yeah, well, I heard that. Oh, I punched him, but I don't remember everything. I don't even know what I did last night. Maybe I had salmon without even stuffing cream cheese in it. It was a wild night. I regret everything.
So now she has abused this guy or something. So then she's sobbing because she can't remember. And they're like, whatever, Shannon. Bottom line is you were having a very difficult time. And when you got alcohol, things mix up in your head and you make bad decisions. You got to change your relationship with alcohol. And you did it, Shannon. You did it. Look at you.
I did say good morning to my alcohol today. I did. And I hugged it. And, basically I hugged it with my throat as it went down. And it was a touching moment, Gina. So thank you. Thank you, honey.
This whole situation was a bad situation from the get-go. But at the end of the day...
Nothing for nothing. And that's all you can say for the life of the colors of the wind.
Shannon, have you ever seen Wolf cry at the blue corn moon? No, but I do enjoy a blue corn tortilla chip. Okay.
Wait a minute. Can I ask so, as a lawyer? Wait a minute. I'm a lawyer.
If he was talking at dinner after the finale 4 months ago, didn't you feel like in the moment, even if you weren't getting along, that she should have known it's a missing puzzle piece? And Heather's like, it was a lot to process. Forgive me. I was trying to think of my lines. Welcome to Happy's place. My family sure loves to drink. God, we're just so happy working together. I'm so happy they even call me Happy. God, I love being on The Voice. I'm turning around now. Whoa, you're uglier than your voice even sounded. Get out of here, ugly person.
If you ever sing like that again to my family, it will cost you a lot. It will cost you your anonymity because I'm going to make you a star. You're on my team. So then Gina's like,
do you understand, though? Like, a lot of this is because of, John as well. Like, she was so worried for you because she was, the closest to you, and she was, watching this shit all happen. That's Tamara. Was that Gina defending Tamara right there? Heather's like, you know what breaks my heart? Wendy Malick, I hear she's eating tuna right fresh from the can. But anyway, enough about her career. You're such an amazing, strong, smart, beautiful woman, Shannon. A great mom. Thank you. Thank you for saying that. I feel incredibly bonded to all of you.
Well,
right
I have
now.
to stop because Heather is just the biggest fucking faker. So Heather's crying. She's pretending to cry. Look at me. TV's Heather Dubrow. Actual tears. Look at the wetness. There's no tear. There's no tear, ma'am. And then she's saying how much she approves of Shannon, thinks she's so great. But meanwhile, Shannon had just said, they said, why didn't you tell Shannon this information? And Tamara said, I didn't think of it at the actual reunion, but me and Heather had so many conversations about it because Heather was like, what are we going to do with this information? So you guys were calculated about not giving her that information. And now you're going to try and cry and pretend you all love each other. Get the fuck out of here. But it is nice that they're ending this. I kind of like when they end, where they're like, oh, we all get along now. Let's ruin each other next year. But let's have a nice little break,
I did not find that this information was terribly impactful or even really interesting, or there wasn't really information. It was just that John had heard the crash. So it's okay, I guess that makes him more of a dick because he didn't check in on her really. But either way, Tamara's basically
I just want you to know that being friends with Alexis was never to get back at you. It was just to...
Oh, right.
Just to watch you get agitated. It's really fun for me. And Gina's I was sitting across from her and I told her during the break, I could see you were feeling so horrible. So Shannon's like, well, clearly we have a lot to discuss, Tamara, but I'm happy that you and I are here right now. And that's on the agenda moving forward, to have something like this bring us all together. I'm grateful for us. So my lowest moment in my life was the night of my DUI. Well, I guess my lowest moment was when David locked me in the closet. And then my lowest moment after that was probably when my children all left to go across the country. I have a lot of low moments, it turns out. A lot of low moments.
I'll tell you right now what I feel. I feel so much love around me. It's just so much. I'm kind of itching, actually. So much love. God, It's Gina. Gina, don't sit by me in that material. Sorry, I feel bad.
So
we need a group hug. We need a group hug.
Yeah. Group hug. Flesh and bone. Heather Dubrow, IMDb actress. Hugging.
And if you threw a party and invited every actress you knew, you would see the biggest gift that looks like it was wrapped in the presence of Drake's home was from me, and the card attached would say,
I
"Thank
bought
you
you
for
those shoes."
being a fan."
Bought you those shoes. That's what the card would say. These shoes are for me and I bought them. Where's my money? Okay, I'll drop it.
And they all hug and stuff. And Heather says, "We love you." God, I've never said that. I've never even said that to my own children, but it feels kind of. Why lie? It felt terrible. I'm never saying that again. And Gina goes, "Yeah, we do love you, but God, you've got to get better taste in men." Hold on, I got to call Travis. He's sleeping in my backyard right now. Hold on.
And that was the end of a fantastic season of Orange County. So great. And now all of our energy is going to be poured into the triple joys of Beverly Hills, Salt Lake City, and Potomac. And then
Our energy will be Gina
pity for
into
New
those
York.
shows. Yeah, pity for New York. Yeah. Listen, it's the new
New
year.
York is our
and
Gina.
when the new year is approaching, it's time to start thinking about shit that needs to change. So, it's good to have that stuff kind of too. But in the meantime, everybody, thanks so much for being with us this season. Guys, thank you so much. We love you.
So much.
Thank you for being on Patreon on these videos. We're about to go do a very special Thanksgiving-ish one right now. So we'll be over there doing that if you want to hear that later. And we'll be back later in the week or next week for Thanksgiving. I mean, who even knows what's going to happen? Look, that handsome son of a gun behind me. Look at that little bubble butt he's got.
Back there. Oh.
Well, let's group hug him, huh?
Thanks everyone for being here, and we will talk to you next time. Bye.
Bye.